It's a big night in America. It's election night, but it's also a big night in the Mid-American Conference for Eastern and Central Michigan. A lot still up for grabs for both teams. We approach now the home stretch of the season in the conference tournament, which is just 17 days away. The Chips eyeing the 1 seed. Eastern still trying to get in. You're watching the MAC here on ESPN, and we welcome you to the West Campus of Eastern Michigan University as we count you down to first serve in this one between EMU and CMU. Welcome to your table side. Ryan Woolley, Janet Hintz here with you. I mentioned election night, big night for everybody all around, but it's also special when you get 2 in-state rivals set to clash.
Yeah, it's going to be a big night. Like the candidates, both of these teams want to win tonight.
Yes, they do. Everybody looking for that victory. The last time they met up, Central Michigan got the best of Eastern, winning in 3 straight sets. Big reason for that, Natalia Raymond and what she was able to provide for the Chippewas.
Yeah, she does it all, right? 260 kills, 300 digs, 31 aces. She's just their best all-around player, so keep your eyes on her tonight.
Last time against Eastern Michigan, had 9 kills in that game, but she was dominant on that serve line. 3 aces. And that was a big reason why they picked up that sweep. Meantime, you look at Ava Sifke and the Eagles. Ava had a pretty good game against CMU out there at Mount Pleasant as well.
She did, and they're going to need her to do that again tonight. She is leading her team as well. Just does it all for Eastern, contributes in every stat category.
Leads the team in kills with 184. First in the team in aces at 30. She had 7 kills and 11 digs in that first go-around with CMU. Well, Janet, let's go ahead and take a look at those standings coming in as the starting lineup starts to get introduced here in front of the hometown crowd, because we mentioned this is a big night for all of these teams, and more importantly, Central Michigan and Eastern, because, again, Eastern on the outside looking in because of their loss to Toledo. Currently sitting at 7-6 in conference action. Central Michigan right now trailing Bowling Green for that top spot, so it's still undecided who's going to be hosting the conference tournament.
Right, and I'm sure Central would really prefer to host, right?
Right.
And, you know, Eastern's right there. They're so close on the bubble, and so, you know, this is a big night for them. Big
night indeed. You see BG again at the top. You got Buffalo just behind Central, and, of course, Ball State right there, who is the last team that Eastern Michigan played. Let's go take a look at our starting lineup. We will start with the visitors in Central Michigan. We talked about Natalia Raymond and what she brings, but do not sleep on any one of these players on the roster. They are talented from top to bottom, especially the libero and Hannah Langton.
Oh my gosh, she's so fun and exciting to watch. She's amazing how she reads where the ball's going to be and beats it there.
19-6 for the Chippewas. They are 10-3 in conference action. Meantime, let's take a look at Eastern Michigan's starting lineup. What can you say about Hatteras Welker, though, because of what she's been able to do, already setting the freshman block record, and she can continue to climb up that roster, or that schedule tonight.
Like you said, just a freshman, it's amazing to watch her work, and it's going to be fun to see how she does against better and better teams as the time goes on.
Eastern 13-14 overall, 7-6 so far in conference action. Again, the last time these two met, this was in Mount Pleasant. The Chippewas actually took that one in a 3-set sweep. In the meantime, the last time Central played here at home against Eastern Michigan, it was a reverse sweep. Eastern got out to a 2-0 lead. Central Michigan came back. You look at the all-time series, Central leads the series overall 69-31, but here's an interesting set I'm going to throw your way.
Okay.
Head coach Mike Gawlik, 13-4 against Eastern Michigan. His 4 losses were all at McGurk Arena. He's never lost here on the road.
Oh my goodness. Well, that is kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, you know, Eastern's a different team this year, though, than they have been in the past. So I would expect that he will not take that for granted and come out with his best game plan.
9th season out there in Mount Pleasant, named Coach of the Year back in 2019, where he helped guide the Chips to a 21-9 finish and a share of the MAC West title. Also advanced out to the National Invitational Volleyball Championship that year, and that division title was Central's first since the 2003 season. Getting ready for first serve in this one. We always talk about in-state rivalries. It's a lot of fun, but you know what? When you match up for the second time, you kind of know what to expect from the opponent. Each team knows how big of a game this one is. Yes, you got Central fighting for that 1 seed, but you might argue it's bigger for Eastern Michigan in this game, trying to at least get into that tournament.
Oh, I would definitely argue that. You know, whether or not you're in, or whether or not you're hosting is way less important than whether you're in,
right.
I think.
Can't win it unless you're in it, right?
Right. Once you're in, you got a shot, no matter who you are.
So Eastern Michigan will serve first. Ava Sifke will take that first serve. We highlighted her in the open. 28 matches, 20 starts last year. Again, leads the team in kills and aces so far this season. 184 kills on the year, 30 aces. She's waiting for the official to tell her to go, and we are getting ready to get underway here at the George Gervin Game Above Center. Picked up here right away by Raymond. First attack by Central, goes to the back left corner. And the Chippewas get on the board first, 1-0.
And it's, I mean, it's interesting because I thought that ball was going long, but it does appear that Ava got a little touch on it, so.
The Chippewas will step out to serve, and it's going to be Hannah Langton, their libero. You're going to see a lot of her. That one goes long, so Eastern Michigan gets that point right back, 1-1. Feeling out process here for both teams to start this game.
And those missed serves, especially at the beginning of the game, can be so detrimental, right? Just killing your momentum, so. We'll see which team comes out hotter.
Langton had 2 aces in her last outing. That was against Ohio. Here's an attack from the far side. That one is struck down by Grace Thomas. And the Chippewas grab the early lead, 2-1 for the first time in the game.
Yeah, that's a nice quick slide right behind the center. Yeah, very, very speedy. She got off the ground very quickly.
Here's Allie Gertiza. She had an ace in their last game against the Bobcats. Attack coming here from the near side. That one's picked up by Gertiza after the serve. Now goes left to EMU. Strong attack here by Doctor. Just had to float it right over the top. Free attack coming here for Central. Splits the defenders. And the Chippewas get back-to-back points. And it's now 3-1.
And that was Grace Thomas again.
Kevin Foreman looking on here for Eastern Michigan. Now in his second season here on the sidelines in Ypsilanti. Got to be happy with his team. They've outpaced where they were at last year, but would love nothing more to get into the tournament and show what they can do against some of the top dogs. And that really starts tonight.
Oh, for sure it does. I mean, and at the beginning of the season, you know, they were really kind of cruising, and they've had a little bit of a stall lately. So I think, you know, if they could win this match, it would be a huge win for them.
Again, another float over the top by Doctor. That's not what you want to see. You want to see her on the attack. Eastern's got to flip it back over, so a free attack coming here for Central. Goes into the back row, picked up. That was Sifke. Here's Doctor. Now she lays one into the back. That's Langton who picks it up. Near side is Raymond. Eastern will grab the point. Raymond, actually the reigning MAC Defensive Player of the Week. She put on a performance to earn that honor. And now we got a whistle across the way.
Yeah, she's pretty fun to watch. You know, as their best hitter and their best defensive player, that sort of seems not fair, doesn't it?
Not fair, but you know what? When you got talent around, it gets spread around. She got that Defensive Player of the Week honor because of what she did against Buffalo. 31 digs, 4 blocks, 3 of which were solo in that. So that's one's flipped over here by the Chips. Free attack coming for the Eagles. Nothing doing. Now they go far side, and Central just flips it right back over. So a little bit out of position, but the point comes the way of CMU.
Boy, and that's Grace Thomas again. Really did a nice job of reading the block and realized that the defender was too far back.
Third kill of the game for Thomas to start this one of the 5 for Central. Again, Eastern Michigan just flips it over. That was Stanford. You want to see her power the ball back over. So here's a free attack again coming here for Central Michigan. Right into the middle, picked up by EMU's Blaney. They flip it over. Langton grabs it out of the back row. Now they go back to Thomas. Good dig here by the Eagles to keep it alive. That was Smith who went down to get it, and that one splits between 2 Central Michigan players in Raymond and Langton.
And they Eastern needs a lot of that from Kaylee Doctor tonight. She's got to get up and hit either over or between those blockers as much as possible.
Doctor hitting 234 so far this season. She also has 196 kills on the year.
And that's having been out injured for a while.
Right. Eastern on the attack from the far side pin. And that one goes into the back row. Raymond couldn't get that one. And Eastern Michigan with back-to-back points now. They pull within one, 5-4. So Sarabi will step out to serve. Sarabi with 7 aces so far this season. Played in 24 matches last year with 5 starts. Eastern can't dig that one back out. Good hustle, but that one just took a weird bounce off of Blaney.
Yeah, Blaney does a good job, getting her hands on it because it was a very quick attack. It went off the blocker's hand, so even to touch it at all was pretty good.
So 6-4 in favor of the Chips. Stepping out to serve now will be Grace Thomas at 11 kills in the game against Ohio. That one goes long here by the Eagles. So back-to-back points for the Chips. Builds the the 3-point lead, 7-4.
And I think we're going to get a challenge here. Ava Sifke passed and then turned and hit that ball, and she believes the blocker touched it on the way by. So Coach Foreman's going to take a look at this.
So first challenge of the game. If we get a view of it, we'll bring it to you. I mentioned Eastern Michigan in their last outing. They dropped back-to-back matches to Ball State in a pair of 3-0 sweeps. But if you're unfamiliar with how the challenge works, each team begins with at least 2 challenges. If reversed, the challenge is retained. If it's upheld, of course, they will lose it. And it didn't take long for them to look.
No, that was a pretty quick review.
Still no signal to us yet. But it's going to be reversed, and it will go to the way of the Eagles. So let's go back and take a look right here. Oh, yeah, you see it right there. You see her hand is bent back a little bit.
Right.
That was Korba who got her hand up.
And very smart of the Eastern players to let coach know, because sometimes, it's easier for them to tell than the coach on the bench. So.
Yep. Sometimes it just lets go. And that's the other thing. Early in the game, you don't want to lose your challenges and lose it for something that you may need towards the end.
Foreman's usually pretty good. He has a pretty good track record with his challenges. He doesn't lose them very often.
Well, here we go. Hannah Blaney steps out to serve here for the Eagles. Picked up right in front of us. Attack into the back row. Dug out there by Sifke. Now it's loose underneath. Couldn't get it back up with the Chippewas. Going down to get it was Gertiza. But Eastern Michigan ties the game up at 6.
And Welker does a nice job of reaching with all her length, her long arm to even touch that ball.
You and I talked about Raymond in the beginning, and nice attack right in the middle. Eastern Michigan slams that one home.
And that's what Hannah Blaney's serve causes, right? She has this really nice floater serve that goes all the way to the deep corner, and that causes, that bad pass, and Hatter Swelker just went up and crushed that one.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. We talked about Raymond for Central Michigan, and then we were talking about Sifke in the open, but really if Eastern Michigan's going to come away with the victory, they need Doctor, they need Welker really to have 2 good games in this one, as that one smashes right back into Sifke.
Right, they need a full team effort if they're going to hang with Central for sure.
And I think if you're Kevin Foreman and company, this is what you told your team. Like, look, we're 1 game out of that 6th spot because of that loss to Toledo. Toledo owns the tiebreaker. But really, our tournament starts now. There's only a handful of games left. Play every game like it's our last. Yep. We'll eventually get in, and then you see what damage you can do. Nice attack there by the Eagles. That one sent long by Langton, and Eastern Michigan grabs the lead now, 8-7. Another whistle across the way. Sitting down here for Eastern Michigan will be Smith. Welker all smiles right there in the front of the net.
She's had quite a run already for this first set.
They go right at Eastern Michigan's Blaney there on the far side. That one goes out of bounds. Back and forth we go. Now tied at 8. Stayer had checked in for Eastern Michigan after Smith took a seat. So Anderson now in here for Central Michigan. Near side, going down to get it. Couldn't get it, was Langton. Guess who? It was Welker. Smashes that one home again.
She's had quite a start already tonight.
Yeah, 4 kills for her. She's 4 for 4.
Can't beat that hitting percentage, can you?
No, you cannot. And that's what Eastern Michigan will need to hang with Central Michigan in this one. Here's Raymond. Raymond goes right back after Stayer, who put the ball in the air. And again, we're tied at 9.
Raymond does a nice job of really going down the line. That when you go down the line with your left side attacker, it comes so quickly because it's such a short angle. It's really hard to dig.
This one's dug out by Sifke. Now they go into the back row, and that one a little bit too long will go out of bounds as Central Michigan reclaims the lead 10-9.
Boy, Sifke is passing dimes, though. The last 3 balls have been right on the money for her setter.
And she's got a good look at the ball. There's Langton. Sends it into the other 20 on the other side, and Blaney. There's Doctor, and then she smashes one home. Kylie Doctor, 2nd kill of the game. and Eastern Michigan ties it back up at 10.
Well, it's nice to see Eastern come out and play strong in the first set, because I've called a few games in the past and they've seemed like they start fairly slow, and it's good to see them kind of getting on their horse at this first set.
Yeah, the NIU game was the one you and I were on, and Eastern, remember, fell down 2-0.
Right.
And then rallied for the reverse sweep to take it in 5. We've kind of seen that a couple times throughout the year. They then swept Miami prior to that, but went 5 sets against the Red Hawks the next night. There's Doctor, just flips it over. Saved here by Central. Raymond's got to get it over, so a free attack coming here for EMU. Right into the middle. Langton digs it out. Head towards the timekeeper. And Eastern Michigan grabs the point, ties it back up.
Abby Stanford does a really good job of making herself available, even though there wasn't a lot of time for an approach.
What the hitting percentage so far, Janet? 389 for Central, 316 for Eastern. 2 attack errors for the Eagles, 1 for Central Michigan.
Right, and that has been Eastern's trouble some of the time, is their hitting percentage. So they're on the right track tonight.
Nice job by Blaney to go down and get that one. Here's Doctor again, sends it down the far sideline, stays in. Eastern Michigan grabs the point, 12-11.
Yeah, that's an outstanding play by Blaney to dig such a hard-driven ball, and then for them to make a play out of it and attack the ball from there.
3rd kill of the game now for Doctor. Here's Corba, sets it up. That went into the back row. Eastern could not get to it. Diving for it was Ava Sifke. And Central ties it back up. So we're playing within a 1 to 2 point window. The largest lead has been Central when it was 4-1. But it's really just been back and forth. Neither team giving an inch here in the first set.
Very back and forth.
Nice save by Eastern. They get it over. That was a great job by Blaney to dive for it. Now the attack coming here near side. And it stays Central Michigan ball. They get the point.
Yeah, that was a heck of a rundown by Blaney. She had to come a long way to get to that.
One more look right here. Just diving for it. Right hand gets it back in, and then somehow getting it back over. It was Mailer. There's Mailer again, right in the middle. Picked up. Langton now. Attack from Schrock. There's Doctor on the far side again. Kylie Doctor continues to add to her stat total. Give her 4 kills so far in the early going.
It is so nice to see her playing well again after her injury. It took her a couple of games, and boy, she just jumps off that floor so quickly.
Pretty excited as she heads to the bench. Teammates excited for her as well. Now Sarabi will step in to serve here for Eastern and gets the first ace of the game. Just lays that one near the back row.
Boy, they were convinced that was going to go out too.
So 14-13, set number 1 here at the George Gervin Game Above Center. Another good serve. You talked, she's got a good eye for it today, and then that one's laid near the back row for a diving Blaney. She couldn't get a hold of it. That ties it again at 14. So Grace Thomas steps out. 6'1" freshman. There's Welker. Beautiful shot again. Excuse me. That was Mill. 15-14. Eastern Michigan on top. Set number 1. Tonight's matchup between Eastern Michigan and Central is by Belfour Property Restoration, the leading disaster recovery partner for businesses and communities across Michigan and around the world, as well as the Eastern Insider Podcast with Tom Helmer and Greg Steiner. Catch new episodes every week on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, and more. Mailer, I said it wrong.
Yeah.
I looked at the wrong roster.
Picture this, the sofa no one else has. Designed by you to fit your space, all in your dream fabric and dream color. At Value City Furniture, you don't have to picture it. You can experience it.
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new Trax or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new Trax or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
First set, Eastern Michigan on top, 15-14. Janet, what do you see being the keys to victory moving forward?
Well, for Central, using all of their hitters, not just Natalie Raymond, and serving aggressively, not allowing Eastern to get a good first pass. But for Eastern, that's the opposite, getting a good first touch, which so far they've been doing, and limiting their unforced errors. Missed attacks and missed serves are huge in their game.
Right before the break, it was Taylor Mailer who got the last kill for Eastern to give them the 15-14 advantage. And you talked about serving aggressively. Eastern Michigan really looking pretty good. They have the one ace in the game, which you could argue right now is the difference in the 1 point.
It is, and both teams hitting in the 400 mark. That's huge.
Yeah, 435 right now for the Chips, 417 for the Eagles. And Blaney will step out. She had an ace and 2 assists in Eastern Michigan setback to Ball State. She'll send that one out. 15-15 now. Central Michigan will serve here following the timeout. So Ali Korba steps out to serve. 45 assists, 10 digs. And they're set back to Ohio. That ended a 6-match winning streak for Central Michigan. Nice attack by the Chippewas. Casson went up for it, able to get all of it. The senior out of Kalamazoo sends that one home, partially blocked by the Eagles, but stays on their side of the net, 16-15. Korba steps back out here to serve. Mailer again. Picked up here near side. Put back over here by Central Michigan, and it's blocked at the net. Couldn't get it back over. Eastern Michigan sees Central grab another point, 17-15. I mentioned the 3 points to start the first set was the biggest difference. And they're quickly approaching that after playing that 1 to 2 point range.
And that was such a big block there. 2 of their tallest hitters just lined up on Taylor.
Eastern sets it up, that's Smith. Now on the other side to Langton. She goes back to Schrock. Now Eastern Michigan on the attacker near side, Mailer. And the Eagles pull within 1, 17-16.
Well, and see, last time she got blocked by that big block, so this time she tipped right past them. Very smart.
How about Kevin Foreman looking pretty sharp tonight?
He is. Look at that, all dressed up. Must be for the election, right?
I hear it's a big night in America.
That's what I heard.
Somebody said in the open. There's Maddie Stayer. That one's dug out here by the Chips to start. Picked up into the back row. Stayer again, sends it far side. Couldn't get it over the net. Central Michigan grabs the point, makes it a 2-point lead. 18-16 here in set number 1. Again, the Chippewas coming in 19-6 overall. 10-3 in conference play. Eastern Michigan 13-14 with a 7-6 conference record. Nice block at the net by Central Michigan. They were not going to be denied that one. Abby Olin got all of it.
Yeah, all by herself as a single blocker even, and she got both hands on that ball.
And then they come right back, grab another point. So Central Michigan with their largest lead of the game now, 20-16, and that's going to prompt a timeout across the way. Kevin Foreman seeing his team falling down 20-16. He'll use his first of 2 here. You know, and Janet, we were talking about it, a lot on the line for both of these teams against Central Michigan. A win keeps pace with Bowling Green for that number 1 seed. But how about Eastern Michigan and the turnaround that they've had this season, already surpassing their total of last year, but a lot to play for them because, again, entering tonight, they're 1 spot out of that MAC tournament. They trail Toledo for that 6th and final spot.
Right, and there's not that many games for them to go through to gain that spot, right? So this, like you said, every set, every game, every point is so important.
They got 5 games left if you include tonight. They got Akron both on Friday and Saturday this week, and then next week at Buffalo in a pair of games. And then you see it, the MAC tournament starts November 22nd, and it's going to be here before you know it. So really, again, I think a lot of coaches use this as the time. It's the playoff push, if you will. Everything starts now. We can't lose a game.
Right. Yeah, like the prequel, right? This is you know, this is our warm-up essentially for the MAC tournament.
And of course, Central Michigan with some wiggle room themselves because they know that they'll be there, but certainly a lot different being at home than making that trip down to BG.
For sure, but it does take a lot of the pressure off, right? It allows them to play loose and just kind of relaxed and, you know, play their match.
Well, last time we talked about hitting percentage, both teams were in the 400s. Eastern struggled here lately. They've had 5 attack errors now, gaining 3 over the last couple of points. They're now at 258 in the game, 407 here for Central Michigan.
Right, which is a big reason why, you know, because when they were right there with them hitting 400s, they were right in the game.
So right off the timeout, now what you want to see for Eastern Michigan, they dropped that one in perfectly. 21-16. Attack coming here for the Eagles, but they couldn't get it back over. Abby Olin again right there. Sifke just out of position. Ball was not put in the right spot for her to go up. And the Chips now 3 points away from taking set number 1.
Right, unfortunately they're struggling here a little bit on the passing, and that doesn't allow for the setter to get there and do her job.
There's Sifke, gets it over. Attack coming here from Central as Raymond got it over. Raymond again. That one's dug out of the back row by Sarabi. Nice swing by Eastern Michigan's Bonnie. And that one hits the top of the scoreboard. Still in play, though. They get it over. Best rally of the night for both teams, and Eastern Michigan comes away with the point. A much-needed point for the Eagles.
Indeed it was, and they set their freshman of all people.
Just a beautiful attack right into the middle of the Central Michigan defense, and it's now 22-17. Sifke will step out to serve. There's Raymond, drops it over, saved in the middle, still loose. Had 2 players down. Doctor was trying to direct traffic while she was on the floor, but Eastern couldn't get it back over. It's 23-17.
Yeah, she popped it up there, and she was just begging somebody else to get the second ball.
There's Langton. Good set by Hannah Blaney. That one goes back left corner, but that one too strong, goes out of bounds, and now Central Michigan 1 point away from taking set number 1. Well, Central Michigan coming into this game, they actually had not been swept all year.
Wow.
It's been at least 4, if not 5, in every game they've played. Or they've done the sweeping. That one rattles around the net. Eastern Michigan able to get the point to stave off elimination for at least 1 serve.
Doctor does a nice job there of using those blockers' hands, just kind of rolled it down the net.
Hatteras Welker stepped out to serve. Now she's going to be subbed in for Grasson. Grasson, a transfer from High Point University. Picked up here by Raymond. Central can close it out with a point here. They just got to flip it over, so a free attack coming here for Eastern Michigan. Can they keep it alive? Doctor goes for the attack. It's blocked on the other side, and Central Michigan gets the point. So the Chippewas make the trip from Mount Pleasant to Ypsi, and they take set number 1. Dominant fashion, 25-18, thanks to 4 kills by Grace Thomas.
Picture this, the sofa no one else has. Designed by you to fit your space, all in your dream fabric and dream color. At Value City Furniture, you don't have to picture it, you can experience it.
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new Trax or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new Trax or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
first set here in Ypsilanti. Eastern Michigan falling in that first set 25-18, but both teams put on a show for a good chunk of that first part.
They sure did. The first half especially was neck and neck the entire time.
Biggest lead at that point was 3 points for Central Michigan. They were up 4-1, but Eastern Michigan kept it close. There was 10 ties between 6-6 and 15. But after that, Central Michigan really asserted their wills. They went on to win 25-18. And we talked about them chasing to get that #1 seed, but they're also trying to chase some history. They're just 3 wins shy, Janet, of matching the 2007 school record of 22 wins in a season.
Well, that is pretty good, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know if the players are usually aware of that or not, you know, because they're going to try and win every time regardless, right? But it is kind of cool if you get to that point and you're on that team and you're like, oh, great, we broke a record and we had fun.
Well, in order to do that, they not only have to pick a victory in this game, but they got Kent State in back-to-back home games to close out the year, and then they have Akron as well. So 4 games remaining for them following tonight's contest with the Eagles. And again, leading 1-0, being paced right now by Grace Thomas. 4 kills on 7 attacks. She's hitting .571 in this game. Eastern Michigan, meanwhile, being led by Kylie Doctor. 5 kills on 11 attacks. She's hitting .364. And you mentioned that attack percentage earlier, and it's certainly gone down.
It has, and you know, like you said, when they were neck and neck that whole first half of the set, they were right there in the game when they were keeping the ball in play, and that was one of our keys, right, is limiting those unforced errors, so missed serves and missed attacks.
So Central will start with the volleyball. Alina Anderson steps out. She had 2 aces in her last game against Ohio. Eastern, though, picks this one up, so an attack coming here for the Chippewas. Langton gets it set up, picked up into the back row by the Eagles. That was Sifke. Here's Doctor near side, sends it. And Eastern Michigan gets the point to start the second set.
And that's a good start for Eastern. Getting Kylie the ball, she's their best hitter right now, so using her as much as possible is a great idea.
How about Doctor already matching their kill total in that setback to Ball State. 6 now in this game, and Eastern gets their second ace of the game, which is what they needed to start. Already 2 aces for Central Michigan, and it's now 2-0 EMU.
Boy, and when your big middle blocker is the one getting service aces, you gotta love that.
100%. Again, just the job Edris Welker has done this season for the Eagles. That one goes into the back right corner. Eastern Michigan this year, though, I mean, the team is one of the best blocking teams of all time. 264.5 total blocks. 3rd in program history.
Right, and normally that's the case, but so far tonight they have not been able to get their hands on a lot of them.
No, they have not.
That's what they're missing.
Free attack coming here for the Eagles. Picked up by Blaney. There's Doctor. Now just flips it back over. Beautiful spot. I mean, she put that in between 2 Central Michigan defenders, one of them being Allie Corba.
And it was perfectly placed because there was a person right behind the block, which is often where she tips, and so she changed it up and went a little deeper. Very smart.
So 7 kills now for Doctor. Eastern Michigan with the 3-1 advantage. So Smith will step out to serve. Nice attack, and then nothing Eastern could do about that, as getting her hand on it was Ava Sifke. So that one was coming in about 90 miles an hour.
It was very fast. And the blockers weren't able to get all the way over there. So the middle blocker's got to stay home and make sure that she's there if her middle attacker hits. So sometimes it's hard for her to get outside to close the block on the outside, especially if they're setting quick like that.
There's Raymond who gets the kill. Diving for that one, keeping it alive. Eastern now with the attack on the other side. Doctor again, sends it in the back row. Central's just got to get this one over. That's Raymond. She does. Blaney digs it out. Into the middle again for Eastern Michigan in the back row. Nice dig by Central to keep it alive in Anderson. There's Doctor again. Flips that one back left corner. Stays alive by the Chippewas. Now they go opposite pin. That one off the block and drops through. Big kill by Mailer. Another kill for her in this game, and Eastern Michigan now makes it 4-2.
And so smartly, they used all 3 hitters in the front row, that rotation.
Went to Doctor a couple different times, then tried the middle, then finally Mailer ends it. That's her 3rd kill of the game. So Robbie will step out to serve here for Eastern Michigan. And we do have a yellow card that was dished out. That goes to Natalia Raymond.
She does not necessarily care for some of the officials' calls. That's what I can see.
Well, when you're the reigning defensive player of the
Right.
week, maybe you can get away with some of it, but maybe
Right.
not tonight.
Wow, that was a great dig.
We'll go Eastern, make that Central Michigan's way.
Yeah, unfortunately, it went outside the antenna when she attacked out here.
Well, Raymond, who got the card, looks to the sideline. Look how deep she's going for the serve, too.
Yeah, she makes this little running approach and has a really nice floater, tough floater serve.
Going down to get it is Sifke. There's Mailer. Going down to get it for Eastern is Blaney. Now picked up. They got to flip it back over, so a free attack coming here for the Chippewas. Eastern goes up to the block, just couldn't get all of it. Kill being awarded to Grace Thomas. And what a job Thomas has done in this game so far. Give her 5 kills. That will tie it at 4. Central Michigan leading 1-0. Ryan Woolley, Jenna Hintz, glad you could join us here for this in-state rivalry between Eastern and Central. Mailer with the attack again on the other side. Central able to keep advantage of that, and Eastern kind of falls into each other near the back row. That was Blaney and Sarabi.
Yeah, so when there's defenders back there like that, they're kind of supposed to do a little crossing, right? Where the shorter one goes in front, the back one goes in behind, and hopefully one of the two of them gets it. But not so much luck that time.
Blaney calls for this one. They get it back over. Central now with the attack on the far side. Going up is Schrock. Eastern Michigan gives up another point. Central Michigan continuing to pile on. Eagles led it 4-2. It's now 6-4.
And again, down the line, such quick shots. Central does seem to, from both pins, seem to hit down the line a lot, which is much more difficult to defend.
Eastern had to get that one over. It was left short, and they flip it back over. Good awareness right in the middle of the net. Eastern caught out of position. Make it 5 straight points for the Chippewas. They now lead it 7-4.
Chippewas seem to be speeding up their game just a little bit. They're getting to the ball very quickly. The sets are getting shorter and faster.
Nice job by Raymond, and to trap that one near the back row. Eastern now flips that one over the blockers in front of the net. Loose, picked up near the backside, but couldn't get it over. That was Hannah Langton laying out for it.
And that shot was by Ava. She did a really good job. She moved toward the middle of the court and then tipped back to her left. And so when she moved, she pulled those blockers.
Flip it back over, saved here by Blaney. Flips it again. Central Michigan with the extra attack. Now they go. Blaney again digs that one out. It's the top of the net. Eastern not able to set up an attack, so Central going right back at them, and they finally smashed that one home. They went right at Eastern Michigan's Taylor Smith, and it's now 8-5 in favor of the Chippewas. 6-1 run for Central Michigan, already leading 1-0. Thomas will step out to serve. Eastern flips it right back over. And then again, miscommunication in the donut hole, right?
It is the donut right in the middle. And yeah, I mean, it's such a tough spot because the setter really, you don't really want her to take the first ball. And there's often that little hesitation.
Sarabi. Now right in the middle, good block here by Eastern. They save it, that's Mailer. Borba gets that one up. Now they go far side pin. Good block by Welker. But the point awarded, I believe, to Central, and it will be.
Yeah, they're calling Eastern with a net violation. It is one of those things that Eastern needs to pick up on.
Well, timeout on the floor. Kevin Foreman will take it. Central Michigan doubling up the Eagles, 10-5. We're back at Ipsy after this.
Picture this, the sofa no one else has. Designed by you to fit your space, all in your dream fabric and dream color. At Value City Furniture, you don't have to picture it, you can experience it.
It's It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new tracks or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new tracks or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
At the top of the broadcast, of course, tonight a special night. It is election night in America, and 40 years ago, Eastern Michigan did the same thing they're doing tonight. They played on election night, but it was just down the road in Ann Arbor where they knocked off the University of Michigan. 1984. Now, I'm going to date myself here, okay? I was not born in 84. I was born in 85, but that's when then President Ronald Reagan was reelected.
Okay, well, I'm not going to tell you what I was doing in 1984, but...
My wife was born in 84 at the time, but
Okay,
pretty
all
special night, right? I mean, be playing on election night for both of these teams.
Right. And hopefully everybody was able to get out and vote before they came to the match, right?
100%. Whether it be early voting or you got out to the polls today, and glad you could join us here on ESPN for this one. Big game for both of these teams. We've been talking about it. Again, Central looking for that top seed. Eastern trying to get into the tournament. Here's Welker. Then the attack comes by Sifke, and then trying to save it right in front of us. And then lands right by our cameraman, Fahad.
Well, Welker didn't even realize that she dug that ball. Went right off her shoulder and back over the net. She's like, I'm just that good.
Well, Welker has been on a tear as of late. We mentioned just the 10 kills versus Ball State. That was her career high. She had 4 blocks, 14th time she's led the team in blocks this season. Most blocks by a freshman in Eastern Michigan history, but she can still climb up the record book as the season goes along. There's
Right?
Raymond.
And can you imagine how good she's going to be in a couple of years?
Oh, 100%.
Like, she's so good already.
That's the thing. When you start to see talent across the Mid-American Conference, and then they get coached up, and then where are they going to be 2, 3, 4 years, after, depending on your red shirts and all that stuff. So 12-6 in favor of the Chippewas here in this one, already leading 1-0. Corba back out to serve here for the Chips. Already a couple service aces both ways for each team, and then how about Eastern Michigan? They come right back, play that one perfectly down the side. 12-7.
He went right down that line.
You talked about her in the open. She was one that you wanted to highlight just because of what she's done for this team. First in kills, first in aces, 5 kills so far tonight. That's second best on Eastern Michigan's roster.
Yep. And I think even more than the hitting, right now tonight, she's passing so well.
That one goes long. Was it touched by Eastern? It was.
Eastern was in the net, which is unfortunate because the ball went out and it would have been their point. So that unfortunate error then gives the ball back to Central.
So that makes it now 13-7. Central being led by Schrock now. She has 8 kills. Grace Thomas leading the way for a while. She had 6. But Schrock doing the damage lately. There's Sifke again, gets it over. Picked up here by Langton. Into the back row. There's Sifke, digs it out. Welker fakes the attack. They go the other side. And that will go to the scoring table. So Eastern Michigan gets the point back. Diving for it, couldn't get everything underneath it, was Casson. There's Welker. Nice serve again. Remember, she picked up the first ace of the game for Eastern Michigan, and that one just goes off the hands of Maddie Stayer for the Eagles. It's 14-8 Chippewas. Percentage continues to go down for Eastern Michigan as well. They've had more attacks in this game. 64 times the Eagles have went after Central, and they've cashed in with 9 errors, though. Nice job to sift or make at the net. That was Stanford. We haven't heard a lot from her in this game.
Yeah, she's been pretty quiet tonight so far.
Goes up to the block, couldn't get towards it. They go right at Sifke into the back row. And Central continues to add on to their lead, 15-8.
And boy, she must be at 5. She's not even all that tall, right? But hitting over top of Stanford and Bonnie, she must be jumping out of the ceiling over there.
100%. She's got springs in her shoes. That one was blocked at the net by Thomas. Now to the back row for Sifke for the Eagles. Now here go to Doctor. It's blocked at the net again by Central Michigan. Other side, Eastern puts it in play, and they get the point. Go back and take a look at this.
Yeah, Eastern's not going away. That was a great line shot by Bonnie.
Yeah, you mentioned Bonnie, and goes up, smashes that one home. Last year, 43 sets over 19 matches. Third on the team this year as far as kills are concerned, 146 coming into tonight's game.
Wow.
Was Raymond into the back row. Now she's going to flip it over. Doctor has to go down to grab it. Eastern has to get it back over themselves. Sifke does. Set up now here near side. Penn goes into the Eastern Michigan bench. Eastern pulls within 5 now, 15-10.
Just keep hanging around, don't they?
Central used that big run, a 9-1 run to build an 11-5 lead, but Eastern Michigan slowly chipping away at it, and that attack comes right in the middle. That was Stanford who went up for it, couldn't get all of it, and she was rejected by the top of the net. Stanford second on the team in kills, 153 so far this season for her. She's 5th in the MAC, though, as far as attack percentage. 332, but we talked about it. Not really seeing much out of her in this game.
Yeah,
Central's done a nice job taking her away.
Yeah, been very quiet tonight so far.
And then Doctor goes up and sends that one long. Kylie Doctor leading the way for Eastern. 7 kills, 17 attacks. Timeout on the floor, Kevin Foman. Talk this one over with his team, so he'll use his final timeout. Central Michigan still with 2, with a 7-point lead as well, 17-10. So what are you telling your squad right now?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that he's trying to settle them down a little bit because, you know, things probably feel like they're getting away a little bit. So, you know, that and, you know, stick with your game plan, right? Whatever it is that he set up at the beginning, you know, let's go back to that because at the very beginning of the night, they were playing really solidly, right? Yep. So that's what he's talking about, I'm sure, is that we've got to limit those unforced errors and keep ourselves in the match.
Take a look at the in-game stats right now. 27 kills for Central, 5 less for Eastern. Digs pretty even as well. Each team with the 2 service aces, but the biggest difference we've been talking about is that hitting percentage.
Right. Yeah, it seems to be Eastern's nemesis, right? Like at the beginning, when they're hitting well, when they're hitting consistently, they are in every match with every team. But when they make those errors and hit the ball out the back, it just kills their momentum.
The other thing too was the blocks on that screen, right? So 3 blocks for Central, 0 for Eastern Michigan. We know how good of a team Eastern Michigan is as far as blocking is concerned, but they've not been able to get anything so far in this game.
Yes, like I said, I think it's the speed. Central plays with a much faster speed, and the blockers aren't able to just get there and set up and you know, use their height to be able to block.
Eastern second in the MAC this season in blocks per set. They average right around 3 a set.
Definitely behind tonight then.
Gatiza will step out to serve here for Central Michigan. They lead it 17-10. Nice attack right in the middle. Mailer's having herself a pretty good game so far.
She sure is.
That's her 4th kill of the game on her 11th attack. Just went right at Central Michigan's heart of their defense. Sends it into the back row. 17-11 now. And Sarabi will step out to serve, the sophomore out of Dublin, Ohio. Oh, they go right at Sarabi, and that one's going to land about two rows into the lower bowl here at the George Griffin Game Above Center.
I mean, that's how hard they're hitting the ball, right? Like, she had her hands on it, and it still went, you know, that far away.
Tell you, Raymond looking to the bench right now for direction. Now the official saying you can go ahead and serve. Raymond having a nice night as well. 6 kills, hitting .278, 7 digs. Flips that one in, and Sifke able to dig it out. Now she'll go for the attack, and that one goes a little bit wide. 18-11, and as far as the chips are concerned, make it 19.
She was trying to paint that line again because she knows that defense has shifted over to the longer angle, but wasn't able to get that one in.
Oh, beautiful serve right there, but dug down was Blaney. Here's Sifke, goes over the head of Natalia Raymond. Good awareness by her. 3 straight points, 3 quick points to your point. You said they're playing fast.
Yep, they are. And taking advantage of those errors from Eastern.
20-11, that one hits the net. Blaney still able to get it. Here's Mailer, blocked. And Mailer will grab another one. She's having herself a good game out there on that far side pin.
She sure is. She does a nice job of, even right-handed being out there on the right pin is tough sometimes. And she does a good job of making her approach far enough out so she can gain that advantage.
Now 5 kills for her. Then Eastern Michigan at the net. Partially blocked, goes out, so Central will grab the point, 21-12.
I think Foman's going to challenge this one. He believes it went off the net, not off of Mailer's hands. So we're probably going to take a look at this.
Second challenge for him in this game. He won his first. So we'll take a look when we have a chance. Taking a look at some of the statistics in this game, though. I mentioned Schrock kind of taking over after it was Grace Thomas who got Central started. Thomas still sitting on 6 kills, 7 if this one counts. Schrock leading the way with 8. Let's go back. This is Thomas.
So, right. Yeah.
Kind of hard to see from that angle.
From
See
that
right
angle,
here.
it didn't look like a touch. Let's look here, see if her hands move at all. That's the first ball, and then, oh, didn't go quite far enough on that one.
Again, if it stands, it's her 7th kill on 15 attacks. You gotta love volleyball, right?
Right.
I mean, this is one of my favorite times, just watching both teams have a good time. She got the stanky leg going right there.
She was doing that. I thought we were done with that.
It's been a long time. You can't. Can you do the stanky leg?
Can I? No.
Or will you is a different story.
No,
I'm sure you
definitely
could.
not. No, definitely not. All right, here it is. Let's look again. So when she goes to hit this overpass.
I didn't see her fingers move.
I don't either. And she looked immediately to coach and shook her hands like, no, I didn't touch it. So.
Swear's turn now. Well, the official says the point stands.
Interesting.
So the stanky leg works for Central Michigan to get the point.
The official says she touched it with her pinky. She was pointing to her pinky, and Taylor's saying, no, I did not. Oh, we got the worm going down there now, too.
Well, they're having a good time.
Goodness.
Her team's up 21-12 here in set number 2, already leading 1-0, and Thomas will step out to serve.
Oh.
And Easter comes right back. That's Welker.
Welker says, touch that.
Yeah. Or as MC Hammer once said, you can't touch this.
That's right. Really good timing. All because that dig was such a perfect pass. You cannot hit balls like that if you don't get that first pass.
Well, Welker now with 5 kills in the game. This one's got some work to do, trailing 21-13 here in set number 2, and what a job by Abby Olin coming on the other side. Had to readjust her body to get that one home.
Yeah, she was running that slide behind the setter. It goes off, it's a 1-foot approach, and you jump off the 1. You get a lot of height that way, and boy, she was fast.
Corba will step out to serve, and another ace by Central Michigan. 3rd ace of the game.
Boy, that ball just came over the net and dropped. Such a great serve.
10-point lead here in set number 2, 2 points away from taking a 2-0 advantage. And that one hits the net, so Eastern will get it back. We got some catching up to do. And Bonnie will step out. Or, excuse me, correction, that is going to be Struck that's going to step out.
We haven't seen her a lot, but Foman's trying something a little different.
And she's only played in 10 sets coming into tonight's contest. There's Doctor, she goes up high, and that one's rejected right back into her face, and Central Michigan now 1 point away from closing this thing out.
I think the Central blockers have kind of gotten Doctor's number here lately. I mean, she was able to hit pretty cleanly in the first couple of sets, and now here at the end, they seem to have keyed in on her.
Still leading the way for Eastern, though, 7 kills, but her hitting percentage now down to .222 in the game. Eastern's had 10 more attacks in this game than Central Michigan has. The Chippewas have just been more efficient. The Doctor now on the far side. That one goes over to Bonnie. Eastern Michigan gets the point right back. keeps it alive, 24-16. Well, let's see what Welker can do here. Another beautiful serve, but Central goes down to get it. That's Raymond. Now Raymond on the attack, dug out of the back row. There's Doctor again. She slams the door and gets the 8th kill of the game for herself. So back-to-back points for the Eagles.
Despite the big double block in front of her, she was able to hit really strong and just hit right through it.
And she went right through Abby Olin. There's Welker.
Boy, that's a great serve.
It's a fantastic serve. Again, she got the first ace of the game, and then it's blocked in front by Stanford. So 3 straight points for Eastern Michigan.
And Eastern finally gets one of their blocks that they're so well known for.
Up to that point, they had 0, 4 for Central. And now they're wiping up just a little bit of a wet mark on the blocky. So here we go. Welker again will step out. Get another nice serve.
Wow.
Going down to get it was Langton. That one's at the net. Another Eastern Michigan point. 4 straight points now for the Eagles. They are not going away without a fight. 24-19. Whether or not they stave off the elimination right here, this is going to be confidence going into the 3rd set.
Absolutely. They're building momentum.
Picked up now. Olin goes in the middle, then she slams the door. Abby Olin comes through. 2 big kills for her over the last couple of points. And Central Michigan takes a 2-0 lead. They win it 25-19. We're back after this.
For our veterans, the end of their service is just the beginning. It may come with new careers and new chaos. There might be late nights, school drops, and even haircuts. That's where we come in, providing more than $1 million a year in career-building scholarship funds and discounts on every haircut for our veterans. Just trying to do our part to make their lives a little easier. Sport Clips Haircuts, supporting veterans everywhere.
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new Trax or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new Trax or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
What is sport? It's more than fast footwork and pushing through pain. Goes beyond the gym, through city streets, onto the stage. Ask yourself, is this sport? Yeah, even that. Sport is everything.
Formula One at its absolute finest. This is Formula One.
Back inside the George Gervin game above center, in-state rivals Central and Eastern Michigan going at it. Ryan Woolley, Janet Hintz here with you. Central Michigan right now on top, 2-0. 3rd set coming away here in just a minute. And Janet, we've had 11 ties in this game, 6 lead changes, 10 of those ties coming in that 1st set where Eastern Michigan played extremely tough, but Central really dominated the 2nd set.
They certainly did. Serving aggressively and a really quick attack that's been very efficient.
Central Michigan playing at an extreme pace in this game. Let's highlight Grace Thomas, though, for what she's been able to do so far through the first 2 sets, leading the way for the Chippewas. We knew Natalia Raymond was going to play well, but Grace Thomas really taking over.
Right, Grace with her 7 kills, hitting over 460, which is amazing. Plus, she's one of the ones getting up there and getting blocks.
Yeah, One block for her of the 4 that Central Michigan has in this game. Also has 2 digs in the contest as well. Meantime, you look at Eastern Michigan. We knew Kylie Doctor would be a force. She was a force early, got taken away, but then a couple big points towards the end of the second set.
Yes, as they were coming back in that second set, she gave the team a little bit of momentum there. 8 kills, hitting over 260 now.
So they're going to need someone else to kind of complement her. Will the Eagles as we head to that third set. But here's your in-match stats between these two. We mentioned the hitting percentage. That certainly has been the issue. But other than that, anything else jump off the page?
Well, the blocking, right? Because that's usually Eastern's go-to, right? That's where they score quite a few of their points, and they only have the 1 so far, and that's a big deficit for them.
Well, they started to gain some momentum towards the end of the second set. It was 24-14. They went on a 5-0 run, but eventually fell 25-19 in set number 2. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, third set comes your way. Can Central close it out, or will Eastern force a 4th set? We'll find out after this.
For our veterans, the end of their service is just the beginning. It may come with new careers and new chaos. There might be late nights, school drops, and even haircuts. That's where we come in, providing more than $1 million a year in career-building scholarship funds and discounts on every haircut for our veterans. Just trying to do our part to make their lives a little easier. Sport Clips Haircuts, supporting veterans everywhere.
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new tracks or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new tracks or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
This evening's showdown between the Eagles and Chippewas here in Ypsilanti, brought to you by Belfour Property Restoration, the leading disaster recovery partner for businesses and communities across Michigan and around the world, as well as the Eastern Insider Podcast with Tom Helmer and Greg Steiner. You can catch new episodes every week on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, and more. Just a beautiful night. The George Gervin game above center. Just perfect weather for this time of year, right? It's only going to get colder, but you know what? Driving in today with the windows down, you can't beat that.
No, I love it, right? I'm not a winter snow type person, so the longer it stays warm, the happier I am.
It's crazy to think the women's basketball team opened up their season for Eastern yesterday against Texas State, found themselves on the wrong side of a 75-71 score. Men's team also falling. Then you got volleyball tonight. You got men's basketball Friday. You got volleyball and women's basketball Saturday. So a busy day for our ESPN crew this week.
Yeah, it's a busy all week for them.
Right now, Eastern Michigan's got an uphill climb. They trail 2-0 to in-state rival Central. Second best rally of the night between both of these teams. There's Welker in the middle. She's blocked. She gets it back over. Free attack coming here for Central Michigan. Set up again in the middle, and that one's hammered home by Abby Olin. Third kill over the last couple of points, and they have been big for Central.
Right, and Central is doing a really nice job of spreading their attack, right? They're not just setting Raymond. They're moving the ball around and using a lot of weapons.
Well, the one thing that I liked hearing from Central Michigan coming into this game is their motto this year. The storyline for Central and Mike Golick has been not needing everything from somebody, but something from everybody.
Oh, I like it.
I'll say it again. Not needing everything from somebody, but something from everybody. So, look, we'll be picked up by somebody throughout the course of the game. You don't have to do everything.
A true team effort.
Just do what you need to do, and we'll win as a team.
Nice.
Right now, they are up 2-0 and 2 points to none here in the third set. Make it 3. And really, again, you go down the box score. Schrock leads the way with 8. Raymond has 7 kills. Grace Thomas started strong. She has 7. And then Abby Olin, again, who I mentioned, she's been coming on strong. She now has 6.
Right. I mean, by those standards, by the end of a 3 or 4 set match, you're going to have 4 people in double digits.
Eastern Michigan, though, comes right back. They'll grab their first point here of the third set. They're being led by Kylie Doctor with 8 kills. Hatteras Welker has 6 now. She'll step out to serve, and you mentioned it, Janet, about the blocks. Eastern went so long before they got their first block. They got to find a way to control the front of the net like they've done so often this season, as that one goes into the front row.
Right, they do, because that's key to their game, right? They don't, their defense isn't their strongest asset, it's their big block, so.
So this is the time really for Central to take advantage, because Welker, their best blocker, is on the serve. Slowly makes her way back up now. Nice block at the net. Stays on Central side. That was Stanford, I believe, who will at least get a block assist.
Stanford and Doctor, yeah, came together there for a much-needed block.
Yeah, we talked about Stanford being 5th in the MAC in hitting percentage, but that's not been what she's been able to do in this game, and that's now her 2nd assist at the net. That ties the game at 3. That's the 12th tie of this game. 10 of them came in the first set. Oh, what an attack on that far side. Just smashing it was Christina Casson.
Yeah, she's a big, tall, but she's left-handed. And lining up your block is a little bit harder when you're not used to seeing it. It's much like pitching, right? When you're not used to seeing it come from the other side, it's a little different.
She's 2nd on the team in kills, 254 coming into this game, and that one is sent long. Eastern battles back from a 3-0 deficit here in set number 3 to take a 5-3 advantage. Well, take that back, 4-3 advantage. I guess I'm all messed up.
I was going to say, now it says 4-4. I think the scoreboard was wrong at first.
I was looking at my notes and I looked up at the scoreboard. I had 2 different things going on. Either way, though, now it is 5-4. Central Michigan with the lead. They will step back out. Natalia Raymond out to serve.
This is that tough floater serve the Eastern struggles with a bit.
They flip it over, so a free attack right out of the serve. They flip it over. It's blocked at the net by Doctor.
Doctor does a really nice job of waiting to that ball, because that ball has to break the plane or she can't go get it. Or she's perfectly capable. She could jump over there and touch it, but she waited until it got to her side and then was able to get that block.
She'll make her way to the bench now. Sarabi will step out to serve for the Eagles. Chips on with the advantage, 5-5, and the 2 sets to none lead, and that one is going Eastern Michigan's way. And Central thought it was tipped. Let's go back and see.
Yeah, the players are telling the coach, so the coach looks like he is going to challenge and see if there was a touch on that ball.
I was looking at number 18, Bonnie, to see if maybe it went off of her index finger.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Eastern, if you look at the players, of course, they're going to say, no, I didn't touch it, right? But Central is convinced they did, so.
Uh-oh. You see what Foman has done now?
Oh, dear.
So he had the jacket on for the first 2 sets.
Off it goes.
Off it goes, sleeves rolled up.
Okay, we're getting serious now.
All right, watch 18 here on the left side of your screen. Right there. Does she touch it?
That's a hard angle. If there was one down the net, maybe we could see a little better. I don't know.
That was Schrock on the attack.
Here we go. Right. Down the net.
Watch her left hand. Nearest player is Bonnie. Stanford right behind her.
in the middle, yep.
I think the one angle when it was back left corner might have been the best, even though it was further away. But
yeah.
Either way, the official's still looking at it across the way.
So far, the reviews have been fairly quick, so we'll see what she can see.
Mike Golick was looking up at the scoreboard to see if he could get a look at it. Players still waiting to see what the officials say. As it stands now, Eastern Michigan is up 6-5. If it goes back the way of Central Michigan, it would be the 9th kill for Schrock, which leads both sides. Right now, Schrock tied with Doctor with 8. The official has reviewed it, and it's going to stand. So Eastern Michigan keeps the 1-point lead.
There we go.
One more. This is the angle I was talking about. That's a great shot by our camera crew.
It is.
You don't see any fingers moving.
Not really. Oh, that's a great serve.
Great save as well, but and then a couple players trip over each other. That was Korba and Schrock.
They look like they're okay, though, fortunately.
And then they're just asking for a towel, so they're saying it's slick on that side of the floor, too. Eastern Michigan battling back from 3 points down here in the third set, now to take a 2-point lead, 7-5. They're still trying to soak up some of the sweat on the floor. I swear, I seem like, because when the season starts, you and I are up in one of the suites broadcasting.
Right.
And when basketball season, they move us down courtside.
Okay.
I swear every time you and I come courtside, there's always an issue with the towel.
Well, it's not me.
I know it's not you. But it always seems like the floor tends to have more perspiration on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a hot day, and I don't know. Maybe the building's warmer, right?
Yep.
I don't know. Plus, you know, I guess if they're just working harder and if it's warm in the building, maybe it's worse.
Well, Eastern sends that one long. That was Sarabi on the serve. Good awareness by Central Michigan. So it makes it 7-6. Chips now set to serve. Grace back out. And then she sends it long. So each team trades a couple of points. Eastern Michigan still up by 2, 8-6.
Nice of them to give each other freebies.
Right. So Hannah Blaney now will serve. And that would have went out. Now it's coming your way. Watch out. Oh, saved. Yeah, don't apologize to us. How about Schrock? She comes over, knocks out your monitor, and she apologizes
and says
to you.
sorry. I'm like, as long as you're not hurt.
Right? Knocks out
now
the
my monitor is now dead, but that's okay.
Hear the fans behind us laughing. Yeah. Oh, she broke the monitor. Now Schrock goes up.
Oh.
The attack no good.
Yes.
And
there we go. Okay, nice.
Diving for it was Gertiza, and Eastern Michigan gets another point, 10-6. It could be. Well, it's trying.
I know it's kind of doing a little flash thing. I don't know. You're the IT guy, so.
Watch shots
yeah,
coming your way
it comes again. I don't know how I feel about being down here. Bonnie.
That was Bonnie. Yeah, that went up.
That's all right. I'll just look at yours and see if somebody rescues me.
It's ironic. We were just talking about moving from the suite
right?
down here. But I just have to laugh, though. I mean, of all things, Schrock says sorry to us.
Right.
Like she's at fault.
Right. Like,
you're playing the game. We're just calling the game for you.
You get the ball. We'll worry about the rest.
There's Raymond. They got to flip it back over. Here's Schrock into the back row. Dug out by Sarabi. And in the middle, and it's Welker. Oh. Hatteras Welker goes up. Grabs another kill. That's 8. Ties Doctor for the team lead for Eastern Michigan. And they really need her as well as Doctor. We talked about it. Doctor was playing well. Welker was kind of quiet for a while. And I'll tell you what, if you start getting Stanford involved, this might go the length.
Stanford, Sifke, a couple other hitters. Like you said, you need everybody to contribute.
Olin in the middle. It's blocked at the net. Eastern's got to flip it back. Set up here by Schrock. Blaney goes down to get it. Now there's Mailer. Langton grabs it out. Oh, nice dive by Blaney. Mailer again just flips it over. It's partially blocked. Flips it back up. Extra attack coming here for Eastern, and then it goes through. Blocked at the net, and the Eagles with a 12-7 lead.
They are really coming alive in this third set, aren't they?
And Central Michigan will take a timeout to talk this one over. Mike Golick not happy with what he's seeing. His team down 12-7. But right now, Central Michigan on top, 2-0. We're at the George Gervin Game Above Center.
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new Trax or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new Trax or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
John, are you eating anything?
oh, do you believe in life after love?
What is sport? It's more than fast footwork and pushing through pain. Goes beyond the gym. Through city streets, onto the stage. Ask yourself, is this sport? Yeah, even that. Sport is everything.
Eastern Michigan and Central right now in the third set. Eagles on top, 12-7. And you take a look at this, Janet. When Eastern Michigan out hits their opponents, yeah, they do pretty well. 10-6 overall, 14-14 under their current head coach, but they've struggled to get many blocks in this game.
Exactly, right? Like you said, when they out-hit and out-block, they win. Imagine that.
But you look at that record when they don't. Right now they're being doubled up 6-3. Here's Schrock. Oh, what an attack by Schrock. She went up. I mentioned springs in a couple people's steps.
Yes.
That's her 9th kill. I mean, she was levitating. Where's Dua Lipa?
Yeah, she is really jumping high and just swinging so hard.
I want to credit our amazing ESPN staff. After Schrock knocked out your monitor, Eric Beeler comes down, gets it fixed. You're back in action.
Back underway.
Nice save there by guard for Eastern Michigan. Now the other side's Raymond. Raymond again trying to flip it back over. Another block at the net. So we talked about blocks. Eastern Michigan starting to get a couple on this rally, and then they come back and get the point.
And while those blocks aren't going to be stats because they're not going down and hitting the floor, because that's how you get a stat, but they're causing the ball to stay on Central's side, and that's huge.
And also exert some energy trying to keep them out of position.
Right.
Now the one official's over there talking to the scoring table. I didn't see if Golick was challenging, but in fact he is.
And I don't know, I think he must be challenging whether that ball was out over there that Blaney let go out wide.
You know, for a while, Eastern Michigan had about 10 to 15 more attacks than Central Michigan. They evened it up now at 94.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're looking at whether or not these blockers, these Eastern blockers were in the net while they were doing those blocks, sending that ball back over. But I did not see anybody in the net right there.
No,
nope. Looks pretty clean. That's the first one, I think. And then they do it again.
That's the one that went wide, which resulted in the point. So that was the second block.
Looks pretty clean.
Keep in mind, Central's already used one timeout, and if Golick loses this challenge, he'll be down to 1. But, you know, we talked about Hatteras Welker and just coming in with the blocks that she had. Watch again right here. So that one's blocked by Mailer on the left side. Welker's there in the middle. And you got guard next to Welker. Yeah, that's going to go out.
Yes.
Welker needs 3 blocks to take over the 7th spot in Eastern Michigan history. 5 to move all the way up to 5th all-time. Already the leading freshman as far as blocks are concerned. 114 blocks so far on the season. That's tops in the Mid-American Conference. So if you're Kevin Foreman, you mentioned it. I mean, to see what she's been able to do this year as a freshman, and you know she's only going to get better. It's pretty impressive. So we're getting word the call will be reversed. They're going to say Eastern was in the net.
Well, we didn't see it over here, but maybe we weren't looking at the right thing, huh?
Well, that's why they're there and we're here, right?
Right, that's exactly right.
So that makes it 12-9 instead of 13-8. So the Chippewas trailing Eastern Michigan. That's flipped over by Welker, dug out low. Nice job getting underneath it was Korba. Now saved by guard, Sarabi. And now they flip it over. Korba again sets up on that far side. The attack came from Casson. And then Eastern can't get it back over. So back-to-back points after the challenge. And what a momentum swing that is, as it's now 12-10.
Right, that took away a huge a piece of the momentum Eastern was working on.
Well, then that one's blocked. Eastern couldn't get it back over. Abby Olin has had a great game. She got a piece of that one.
Olin and Casson were huge over there.
One more look at this.
That's a great big double block. They do a really nice job of turning their hands so the ball falls in the court.
There's Raymond. She rises up, smashes it home. So what looked to be a turning point for Eastern Michigan, leading 13-8, is now resulted in a 12-all tie here in the third set.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Eastern was on such a good, nice roll there, and then that challenge just really threw them off, it seems like.
So both teams will head to the respective sides, and I got to imagine that Mike Golick's talking to his team saying, look, guys, it's ours for the taking, and we need this because, again, they're fighting for that #1 seed, and this is what they got left. Kent State, back-to-back days, November 8th and 9th. That's this Friday and Saturday. And then the Akron Zips on the 15th and 16th. And then it's conference tournament time, but where's the tournament going to be? Is it going to be in BG? Is it going to be at Central? That's yet to be decided.
Nobody knows.
Meantime, you look at Eastern Michigan's remaining schedule. You got Akron and Buffalo. The Buffalo games will be on the road. Akron will be this Friday and Saturday. Buffalo the 15th and 16th as well. Janet, you'll be on the call for those Akron Zip games.
I will.
Eastern Michigan fighting to get into the tournament. Again, their loss to Toledo really looming large. They fell in a 3-set sweep back on the 11th of October. Here's Mailer, sends that one long, and the points continue to stack up now for Central Michigan after that 13-8 lead. What a challenge by Central. It's resulted now in 5 straight points. And then that one hits the net, so they'll give it right back. The way that was going, though, I thought it was going to drop in. That was Alina Anderson.
Right. Yeah, you just don't want it to just kind of crawl over the top of the net and drop on the other side if you're Eastern, for sure. They needed this. They needed that break and get out of this run that Central's on.
Anderson played in 55 sets over 21 matches last year. Also on the Central Michigan women's basketball team last season. Played in 21 games at 4 starts. So what was a 13-13 game now results in Eastern Michigan getting the lead right back, 14-13.
Nice service ace, right on the back line. That's the second time they've hit the back line.
Eastern now with their 5th ace of the game. Olin right in the middle, that was rejected. Well, let's see if Welker gets the full credit for that one. If she does, that's the 4th block of the game for Eastern Michigan overall.
Yes.
Here's Anna Gard. She sends it over. Raymond into the back row. Good placement. Gard just had to go down and get it just out of position. Couldn't grab it. Welker did get full credit for the block, by the way. So 15-14. Eagles on top, trying to avoid a 3-set sweep for the 2nd time against Central Michigan this year. They lost out in Mount Pleasant. There's Welker in the middle. He's got to send it over. She does. Picked up. Now, Central going back up. Guess who? There's Grace Thomas.
Back at it.
Ties the game 15-15. Thomas now 9 kills. That matches both Schrock and Raymond for the team lead. And that one goes long, so Eastern Michigan gets the point right back. And this is now kind of that time of the game where someone's got to take control, and either Central's going to put it away over here in the next 4 or 5 points, or Eastern Michigan maybe can find a way to close this thing out and force a 4th set.
Right, which I'm sure they really are working hard toward every point.
There's Doctor, and it's into the back row. Falling down was Alina Anderson, couldn't grab it. It's a nice job by Central to keep it alive, and the watch Doctor right here. Partially redirected.
Yes, off the blocker's hands. Yep, gone down that line. Oh.
Free attack coming here for Eastern. Langton grabs it. Now set far side. That was Casson. 17-16. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, and either team, whichever one puts together a little 2 or 3 point run, potentially you'll take this set.
And if Central takes it, it's all she wrote. There's Gertiza now. Sets up. Going down low to get it as Gard. On the other side was Corteza going down. Then Raymond goes up for the attack, and it's blocked at the net. So Eastern struggled to get blocks in this game. Started to see towards the end of the second set. It's continued here into the third set. That's now the fifth block of the contest for the Eagles.
And it makes you wonder, right? Is it just because now they've seen the speed and they're being able to match up a little bit better, and they're kind of figuring out how quickly they need to jump in order to get those blocks.
Oh, look at Grace going up again. Eastern able to grab that one, though. High in the front of the net. Saved by Langton, but couldn't get it back in front. And Eastern with that 3-point lead now, 19-16. They said this is the time for one team to take over. Eastern slowly taking over.
They sure look to be right now. They're doing a really good job of staying calm and playing their game.
Well, now Mike Golick will take the timeout. Makes it 19-16. Leading the way right now is Raymond, Schrock, and Thomas still with 9 kills. Meantime, Doctor has 9 kills on the other side for the Eagles. Well, remind everybody, make sure you stay with us all season long as we get you ready for basketball and, of course, the remaining part of volleyball. ESPN Plus, your home for all the content you need. Right now, a limited time offer. You can get 12 months for the price of 9. That's with an ESPN Plus annual plan. Just scan that QR code right there on the screen, and you can join Janet, myself, and the entire ESPN crew. We appreciate your support, as does Eastern Michigan University. And right now, the Eagles trying to force a 4th set here in Ypsi. Right now, they lead 19-16, which matches their largest lead of the game. Remember, they've had 10 ties in the first set, 1 tie in the second, and a couple now here in the third.
And we just talked about having that little run here at the end of the game, and if they can hold on to this set, they would very much like to push it into a 4th.
If you push it into a 4th, anything can happen.
Yep.
Right now. Central Michigan wants to get out of here with the victory. They got their eyes set on that number 1 seed.
And Eastern is known for their reverse sweeps.
Yes,
so
they
you
are.
never can tell.
Again, the last game you and I did, that was the reverse sweep game against NIU back on October 17th.
Exactly.
The Huskies got out to the 2-0 lead, and then 3 straight set wins for EMU. And what a confidence booster it would be for Eastern Michigan if they could knock off a team like Central, because we talked about it. Really, your tournament run begins now.
For sure. They would really like to see that happen.
Nice attack by Raymond. Another dig out there by Hannah Blaney. And now Doctor sends it into the back row. Chasing it down is Langton. They got to flip it over, so free attack coming here for the Eagles. Can they cash in the middle? They do! Abby Stanford, we talked about it. If she could find a way to get involved, it'd be big. Right there, she comes through, makes it a 4-point lead.
And they needed her. They needed her to step up. It is time.
Stanford, 2nd kill of the game. Raymond now with it. It's blocked back into her face. Guess who?
Stanford!
Stanford! Back-to-back big plays for Abby Stanford. And Eastern now up 21-16. Langton goes down and grabs that one. Corba now sets up Raymond here near side. Gardner over to Bonnie. There's Grace falling away, hits the top of the net. They're going to say it was touched, though, by Eastern. Doctor's not happy with the call.
Yeah, Foman doesn't think the ball cleared the net either, so.
You could just see it in the eyes of
Yeah.
Doctor, like it
Doctor
didn't even
was
land
like,
on our
"Ah!"
side.
She's like, what? I didn't do it. A little bit of panic there.
Well, we've talked about the fast look at some of these reviews. This one might be pretty cut and dry.
It seems like it, yes. Yeah, it certainly didn't look like, and we have a pretty good view sitting right here. We're on the.
So they're going to challenge no touch off the block. Now you see the ball hit the top of the net.
Right.
But the official was saying that Doctor or Stanford touched it on the rebound off the net before it went out.
Right. Or that it maybe touched their arm and the net simultaneously, perhaps, but Doctor, yeah.
Well, that would definitely be Doctor. Stanford was nowhere near the ball.
Right.
But did, see if we can see it again as she goes up.
Yeah, it sure doesn't look like it, but.
Call is confirmed.
See, I've been wrong like 3 times tonight. It sure doesn't look like it.
Even doctor's like, you kidding me?
She's like, wait, what?
I mean, this is the best look at. Well, okay, so I mean, it did go on the eastern side, but when I say on the side, it was just the net pushed in.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that could be the break Central needs. Let's see if they can cash in here on the serve, because they got Natalia Raymond out there for the serve. Let's see if they go to Doctor and see if she swings hard. She does. Sends it right at Gertiza. Now Schrock sends it back over. Eastern flips it up. Gertiza now gets it. Langton now sets up Schrock again. Schrock goes right at Blaney. And then Eastern comes through right in the middle and smashes it home again.
Abby Stanford again, putting that ball away. In the clutch when they need her, right?
She was kind of taken out of this game early. 3 kills now for her. Eastern's hitting percentage still down, though, overall. 144 in this game, but Central's has come down quite a bit as well. They were in the 400s. They're now at 279.
Right.
There's Schrock again. She'll send it long. Eastern Michigan now 2 points away from forcing a 4th set. Let's see what Sifke can do.
Right, and Central is out of challenges anyway, so I don't think he can do anything about it.
Blaney.
Wow.
Blaney had it. Sifke dove for it, and then they just couldn't get it over on the 3rd try.
Gosh, I can't believe Blaney even touched that. Look at that.
And then Sifke right here.
Ugh, just couldn't quite get it over.
That's probably one of the hardest shots, right?
Right.
You're running away from the net. You got to throw it over with the double pump. Smith sets it up. That goes to Guard. And then Guard gets into the back row. So that's her 2nd kill of the game. And Eastern Michigan now a point away from forcing a 4th set.
And this is what they do. Somehow they must make really good adjustments and figure out how to match up a little bit better as they play.
Schrock sends it over, partially blocked, falls on Eastern side, so keeps Central alive. But really, this has been catapulted for 2 reasons. The blocks at the net,
yes,
and then Stanford's play.
Exactly, yep. They're finally feeling like they seem like they're more into a groove now than they were at the beginning.
Corbin gets it over. There's Bonnie. Blocked at the net by Abby Olin, and Eastern Michigan gets the point. So the Eagles come back here in the 3rd set. Well, we got more volleyball coming your way. They trail 2 sets to 1. We're back in Ipsy after this.
I won't stop for nothing. Won't be wanting, but you didn't see this coming. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just run.
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new Trax or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new Trax or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
Season. Are you ready to keep this rolling? Let's go.
With ESPN Plus, catch live NFL games.
And enjoy the show.
Plus, NFL shows from some of the biggest names in the game.
Let's go to the tape.
This ball is just thrown into a defensive team meeting.
NFL Prime Time, only on ESPN Plus.
Oh, did I mention our exclusive expert analysis? Why settle for some football when you can have more football? It's simple. ESPN Plus equals more football. Stream now.
NWSL semifinals,
Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC and ESPN+.
Ready for the fourth set here in Ypsilanti. Eastern Michigan and Central going at it. Second time this season. And Janet, we've been looking at some of the in-game stats throughout the course of the game. Third set certainly belonged to the Eagles, as they've certainly caught up in a lot of categories as well.
Yeah, and the big one is the blocks, right? That was the thing they were not doing well enough in the first two sets. And the hitting percentage is, while still lopsided, at least closer to even. Central has come down a little bit in that area, but overall, it's been a really tight match.
Service aces going the way of the Eagles as well. They got a +2 advantage in that category, 5 to Central Michigan's 3. And you mentioned the blocks. I talked about it earlier. Eastern, one of the best blocking teams of all time, 264.5 coming into tonight's game. Third in program history. They need 12 blocks to take over the number 2 spot, and they're now almost there, halfway there. They have 6 so far in this game. That's held by the 2013 team, which had 276 and 60 total blocks to dethrone the 2017 squad. So still doable, but a lot of catching up to do if you're going to do that 60 blocks over 4 games.
For sure, yes. But they're just at the crux of their, with Welker being here for another 3 years, they have a chance to do this multiple times. Yep. Yes.
Right now, their focus is on forcing a 5th and final set. Now, 5-set thrillers are nothing new to Central Michigan. However, it's got to be in the back of their mind right now. They led 2-0 and really dominated Eastern Michigan in the first 2. Third set, Eastern able to pull away, but in Central's last game, they had their 6-match winning streak snapped at the hands of Ohio, and it was a 5-match thriller because the Bobcats jumped out to an early 2-0 lead before Central came back to win that thing. So, let's see how it plays out here in set number 4. And then an ace right off the bat. Wow. Alina Anderson, she had 2 aces against Ohio. She picks up one right here to start the 4th set.
And that certainly is the way Central wanted to start the match, right?
100%. When Eastern Michigan comes back and says, anything you can do, I can do better, but they'll get it the hard way as they send this one home right in the middle. Welker again just perfectly positions that right by Corba.
Wow. Another great serve.
Yeah, I was just going to bring it up. Welker again. I mean, she was slow to get the blocks in this one, but she was doing it other places. That time puts a perfect one in there, and unable to get it up and over was Corba.
And certainly you must think that this her height advantage right here, because she's hitting the ball from higher up already, and that seems to really give her a good trajectory on the ball as she serves over the net.
6'2" is what Hatteras Welker is, and another issue with some spots on the floor. And I wanted to ask you, I mean, being someone that's been around the game a long time, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, just someone that's been around the game.
For sure.
Is the towel also used as a way to kind of slow momentum down?
Absolutely.
I mean, I know it's early in the 4th set, but you see it a lot where a team might be on a roll and they get the towel out.
They do, yes. Especially when they're out of challenges like they are currently. So.
How about Doctor? I think she expected that one to be a little bit lower. She couldn't get all the way up, but finally able to drop it in. That now puts her in double digits with 10 kills.
Well, it's certainly smart of her to take a little off of it, right? Like if that ball is not out in front of her, if it's behind her head a little bit, that's the smart play.
Welker sends that one over. Partially blocked at the net by Eastern, but still playable here. Here's Doctor again. Now she puts a little bit more oomph into it, but sends it long. Doctor again with 10 kills so far in the game for Eastern Michigan. Stepping out to serve, though, here for the Chippewas, Hannah Langton. There's Mailer. She's had a good game. That one skies and then goes out of bounds. Doctor just watched it fall.
She did what you're supposed to, right? She went and stood on the line and said, nope, that's out. I'm going to leave it alone.
Go back and take a look one more time.
Just staring it down.
All right, so here's Taylor Smith now here for Eastern Michigan. She had 10 assists, 3 digs, and set back to Ball State. That one's still alive. There's Stanford in the middle. Wow, what a job by Langton to get that one up. Doctor grabs it now. Bonnie out of the back row now. Blocked again by Stanford. Doctor saves it. They got to get it over. Another good rally here both ways. Flips it into the back row, then out of position. No one able to grab that as guard lays out for it.
That was a great rally, though, on both sides. A lot of scrambling.
Nice job by Casson to put that in a position where Eastern Michigan really had to lay out, and then everybody couldn't catch up to it. And again, another issue here on the floor. Floor is going to look great for Friday's game.
Right? They're mopping it up.
So 4-3, Central Michigan trailing, but they lead 2-1. Coming in 10-3 in conference play. Eastern a game above 500 in MAC action, 76. Oh, Doctor. Oh, wow, what a hit! She knocked down Raymond, slow to get up, but finally got up. And they'll whistle it down. What a kill by Doctor. And Raymond may need a doctor.
She might. Good grief.
A hush falls over the crowd.
Looks like she's trying to catch her breath.
That was one of the hardest hits you've seen in this game. And I mean, it is eerily quiet in here. Blaney now coming over to talk to the official in front of us. Now they stopped play, so there's been no point awarded.
Right. The official called a stop, so I believe we will have a replay.
The doctor went over. She didn't go talk to her, but she looked at her across the net, said, "Are you okay?" Raymond gave her a thumbs up, said, "Yeah, I'm good."
Good.
Go back and take a look at this. I mean, this had
this was
right in the face.
Right.
I mean, there was just no chance to protect herself.
Could not get her hands up. That was an amazing hit by Doctor. Unfortunately, right at her head.
So we'll go back to Central Michigan. Foreman talking to the official. So Gutierrez will serve. Eastern still leading, though, 4-3. But good to see that Raymond is okay. Doctor again. Partially tipped at the net. That one goes out. Now, again, this is a competitive sport.
Right.
In a situation like that, Doctor goes right back up. Are you second guessing where you're going to put the ball that time? I mean, not that you're trying to intentionally hurt anybody, but that time she went towards the back row.
Yeah, she certainly didn't second guess herself. She went to the open spot on the floor, but you can bet that Raymond was wondering where the ball was going to go.
And Sifke on the serve puts in the net, so Central Michigan will get it right back. 5-4, Eastern on top. So that was probably one of the hardest hit balls we've seen all season, and now Natalia Raymond will step out to serve, and it's just, again, good to see her back out there. She didn't leave the floor, just caught her breath, and so volleyball players are tough, man.
I'm telling you, taking it off the face like that, it's a wonder.
There's Blaney, she saves it. Langton now goes underneath. They go to the middle, Blaney right there. They flip it right back over to the Eagles. Free attack coming here on the far side pin. That's Schrock, dug out of the back row by Eastern Michigan. Now Bonnie sends it right at Raymond, and she sends it down the tunnel. And Eastern Michigan with a 2-point lead, 6-4.
And that rally was, you can credit that to Blaney. Two amazing digs that wouldn't be, I mean, they wouldn't be able, the hitters wouldn't be able to hit the ball if she wasn't doing her job.
And if she didn't get back in time.
Right.
She dug it out, nearly fell into the crowd by us, and then she came back and was able to allow it to get back over. And that time, Eastern Michigan couldn't get the block. Both Welker and Bonnie right there. Falls on Eastern side, so makes it 6-5 Eagles. Well, Grace Thomas will step out now to serve. She's got 10 kills on the day. She's hitting .455 in this game. Guard, partially blocked at the net, picked up now. Olin tries just to drop it over, couldn't get it to go.
Guard got just her little pinky finger on that ball, like barely touched it, but kept it from rolling over.
I've been impressed with Olin in this game, I really have.
Yes.
7 kills, 16 attacks, .375 hitting percentage, 4 blocks. She led the way against Ohio with 17 in their last outing. Here's Schrock again. Welker got a piece of that one. Now Welker in the middle. Her shot's partially blocked. Langton goes underneath to dig that one out. Now Schrock again goes up, and it goes off Welker's hands.
Boy, this is quite a battle.
100%.
Both teams just swinging away.
And no hit harder than that one that Doctor had on Raymond. Corba on the serve. Picked up here by Eastern Michigan Stayer, and then Eastern Michigan grabs the point. Ball comes your way again. You're like a magnet for the ball today.
I just want to play.
Well, let's get the production crew out there after the game. Let's see what we can do. You'll be our libero.
Okay.
Fly all over that floor.
Sounds good.
I'll just be mopping up everything.
That's what I did in college, but it
Really?
was a long time ago.
There's Olin off guard's hands in the back row. Central grabs the point. How many years you play?
4.
4? Okay.
Yep.
Where'd you play?
1 year at Schoolcraft College and then Concordia, across town, which now don't have sports anymore.
And you coached for a while too,
so
right?
sad. Yes, I coached for many, many years at the high school level.
There's Doctor, she sends it long. Central ties this game up, and that goes back to my comment earlier. That's why I was setting you up, where it's like you've been around the game for a long time, because
Yes.
I knew you were a player, I knew you were a coach for a while.
For sure.
And of course, I've had the opportunity to work with you the last couple of years on these broadcasts.
Yes.
That one sent long.
I also worked for Michigan Volleyball's operations for a while, so been around the game a long time. I love this game, and I love watching these girls enjoy it too.
You said your daughter played too, right?
She did, yep. Just in high school though. She chose not to play in college.
Well, here's Hatteras Welker, who has had a great serve all game. Another one right there. Nice block at the net by Doctor. Still saved by Central. They can get it over, and they do. Now they go back to Doctor's block, back into her face. Welker saves it. In the middle, Stanford sends it to the back row, and Casson couldn't get it back up.
Wow.
It's like a new team, really, for Eastern Michigan right now.
Yeah, they just seem to be really coming alive.
There's the towel again.
Back to the towel. Just trying to slow it down a little bit.
But again, it goes back to what we talked about. Eastern was out of their game plan to start this game. They didn't have any blocks. It was 4 blocks to none.
Right.
And Eastern now has outblocked Central 6-3 since that time. It's 7-6 total in favor of the Chippewas. But on top of the blocks, Welker's come on strong, but so is Stanford.
Yes, and Stanford is one of those players that, usually contributes in every set. And so when she wasn't doing anything in the first couple, you could definitely tell.
So a 2-point lead for EMU as they try to force a 5th and final set against their in-state rival. Nice dig by guard, and then couldn't catch up to it on that far side is Mailer.
She did well to even get her hands on that.
Right.
Another really quick attack.
Just couldn't redirect it, just had to go down low to try to grab it as best she can. So Langton will step out. She had 2 aces against the Bobcats in their last game. There's Mailer. Another good rally now between both of these teams. Doctor goes back up, partially blocked at the net. There's Blaney. Doctor flips it over the top of the block at the net. Langton now goes underneath. Casson sends it into Eastern Michigan's bench. And the Eagles grab the point.
Even the crowd seems to be getting more into this, right?
Yep. Well, we got some very vocal fans behind us, and you maybe heard them when Raymond was down. Now Golick talking to the official again. You mentioned, though, he's out of challenges.
Exactly, and so they're saying that she touched the ball, but they don't have any challenges, so there's nothing they can do about it. The call's already been made.
Maybe a little frustration starting to sink in here for Central. Again, they led 2-0. Eastern came back, took the 3rd set. 25-19. Now they lead it 11-9 here in set number 4 and have the volleyball. So Taylor Smith will step out. One of the true freshmen on the roster for the Eagles. Grace Thomas. Bonnie flips it over, doesn't go, so Langton will go underneath to grab it. Casson. Blaney again, Doctor up. Hits the top of the net, rolls on the Eastern side, and it was touched by, well, let's see what they originally awarded the point to Eastern, and then they pointed to Central.
Right. Well, I didn't think he had any challenges left.
Well, they gave the point to, they gave it to Eastern, 12-9, but somehow there is a challenge on the floor.
Right. Right, so the original call was that off Kaylee Doctor's hit, that the Central player touched the ball and then it went out of bounds off that block. But so that's what they're taking a look at, I think.
Remember, it rolled off the top of the net.
Right. But whether it hit, you know, an arm on the way down,
Right.
you just don't really know.
Well, while they take a look at it, let's reset some of the stats for you. Lauren Schrock right now leading the way for Central. 13 kills. That's more than anybody on Eastern's roster as well, though. Kylie Doctor right behind her with 11. Grace Thomas also in double figures for the Chips. She has 10, hitting at .435 in this game to lead the way for Central Michigan. Also has 3 blocks. Meantime, Eastern Michigan being led by Doctor with 2 blocks and Abby Stanford with 4. And so the point is going to be awarded to Central Michigan. So again, Golick wins the challenge. So we thought he was out of challenges, but because he won that one, he still has 1 left.
Right.
Eastern is without any challenges moving forward. So 11-10, Eastern Michigan on top again. Central on top 2 sets to 1. Second meeting between these two. Central took the first meeting, taking it in 3 sets. So Gertiza now coming in for the Chippewas. The Greenwood, Missouri native, 5th in program history in digs. Also was a MAC freshman team back in 2021.
I was going to say, and she's a senior now, so senior leadership on the floor.
There's Bonnie. Langton able to get that one a little bit easier than expected. Guard sends it up. There's Doctor again into the back row. And then this one lands into the stands. Doing the splits though on the other side was Anderson.
I mean, she got her hands on it, so that's something. Boy, Doctor is swinging so hard.
She really is. I mean, we talked about the one that she got the kill off of where she took some of it off.
Right.
But then you go back to the one where she nearly decapitated Natalia Raymond. There's Grace. She has done a nice job in this game. Grace Thomas has 11 kills for her overall. 12-11. Eastern still with the lead, with Central Michigan now with the ball, and Raymond steps out to serve. Raymond with 31 service aces coming into this game. That's 10th in the MAC. Would love another one right here. Eastern able to get it on the receive. Then they go right back at Raymond. Far side pin, attacked by Bonnie, no good. Central now puts it up. There's, off the face of Eastern Michigan's guard. That was Grace Thomas again, and it went right off of the face. Watch number 2 on the right side of your screen.
Oh, it was off her hands.
Yeah, well, I saw her head whip around. So that results in a tie, 3rd one of the 4th set, but Eastern Michigan gets it right back, 13-12. Nice serve by Blaney, picked up. There's Grace Thomas again, partially blocked, save at the net. Now they flip it back over, and then Eastern out of position off the hands of Sifke.
Boy, a lot of scrambling right there.
You see Blaney at the last second diving for it, couldn't get to it, but another tie, 22nd time of the match. There's guard. That one's blocked at the net. Now on the far side is Schrock, and it's just inside.
A really long angle to that deep corner.
What a job Schrock has done too, Janet. 15 kills for her in this game.
Wow.
Got 34 attacks. That one goes a little bit long. Why not? Another tie. 23rd time now. Well, we talked about it in the 3rd set. This was the time where one team was going to slowly find a way to take over. Eastern took over this exact moment in the last set. They scored 5 straight points en route to closing it out 25-19.
We'll see who takes care of it this game.
Central would love to avoid a 5th and final set. That one's blocked as guard went up. And Central Michigan up on their feet. excited with the 15-14 lead. They lead it 2-1 as well.
I won't stop for nothing. Won't be wanting, but you didn't see this coming. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new tracks or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new tracks or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
Trailing Central right now, 15-14 in set number 4, hoping to get to a 5-set, or a 5th set rather, here in Ypsilanti. The last 5-set win, though, that was against Ohio, October 10th, 13th win of the season for EMU. They already talked about how they surpassed their win total from just a year ago, but it would be their 8th conference win should they find a way to come back and knock off Central Michigan. They currently sit at 7-6 in conference play, and right now, they have the confidence to do so, at least to get to that 5th and final set.
For sure they do. They're playing really well.
Here's guard. That was a little bit too haul. Couldn't get up to it, but Central Michigan able to save it. They'll flip it back over, so a free attack coming for the Eagles. Right in the middle is Welker. Off her hand, they were able to save it. Now they got to flip it over. Sipke gets it. In the middle, it's blocked. Now they flip it in the back row to the Eagles. Olin sends it to the right side. And again, Central Michigan pours it on, back-to-back points, and they grab the lead 16-14, and guess who? It's Schrock.
Another one for Schrock.
16th kill of this match for Lauren Schrock.
And I suspect that's a little unexpected, right? Like that's not who they normally go to so often.
Nope, only 115 kills so far this season for Schrock. She's played in just 44 sets this season. But again, going back to that model that I told you about earlier, not needing everything from somebody, but something from everybody. And Schrock right now answering the call for Mike Golick and his team.
And Schrock is certainly doing her part tonight.
Schrock with just 17 digs this year, 2 blocks so far in this game. Just doing it on the offensive side, hitting 400. That's second best in this game. 423 is what Grace Thomas has. Nobody in the 400 mark for Eastern Michigan, though Hatteras Welker is close. She's at 389.
Right.
And then Maddie Stayer right now at 250, though she only attacked 4 times. We've been talking, though, a lot about Natalia Raymond and what she's been able to do in this game. 9 kills for her, 147 attack percentage. Right now, the Defensive Player of the Week, 31 digs, 4 blocks in those games against Buffalo. And we saw her go down with that hit by Doctor.
Right. She's so tough. You know, and as you watch her play, you can just see she's a very intense young lady. Like, there is not one point where she is not invested in it entirely.
And even to go back to last year, you know, she missed the first half of the season due to an injury, and she also played for the Polish national team in the summer of 2023. So, I mean, she's got talent. You see it on display.
And experience.
And
yes,
experience, right.
Yes.
So 17-14, Central Michigan leading. Trying to close this thing out. Eastern Michigan trying to take this to a 5th and final set. So Allie Korba steps out to serve. Oh, nice attack on that far side pin. Hatteras Welker again. Give her double-digit kills now. That's 10. So 17-15. Let's see what Anna Gard can do here for the Eagles. She has 12 aces on the season, doesn't get one here, and that one's partially blocked by Welker, but falls through. And Central gets the point back. And now Schrock will take a seat. Lena Anderson would love her third ace in back-to-back games as she steps out to serve this one. 4 aces so far in the game for Central, 6 for Eastern Michigan. There's Mailer, blocked at the net, picked up now, far side, and it's blocked by Welker. Still kept alive here by the Chippewas. Now they flip it over for a free attack for EMU. Welker in the middle.
Oh, I don't know how she hit that ball. It hardly even cleared the net.
It was really sloppy to get it over, but then Olin couldn't handle it.
The set was so low right here, just barely, like she hardly even, luckily she hit the tape and rolled it, so. But they're gonna take that point no matter what,
100%.
no matter how ugly it is, right?
Yep. That gives her 11 now. That matches Doctor for the team lead in kills. And now Welker will step out. She's had that beautiful serve all game long. Would love to drop this one in too.
They could use a couple extra points.
Goes long. So 19-16. Welker now will take a seat. Stanford in the front row, so we'll watch out for EMU if they can get her set up. She's on the near side pin.
Now you have Stanford and Doctor in the front row, so.
And that one will go a little bit long. Watching it go out is Anderson, so back-to-back points for Central. And it's crunch time here for the Eagles. They trail 2-1. Langton will step out to serve. And she sends it long. I'll tell you, watching in this type of game, that's like taking a strike when you're up 3-0, right? On your ball count.
For sure.
You're taking a chance, but both teams watch it sail out, and it's 2017 in favor of Central. Casson sends it in, back row, just past Blaney. So 21-17. Central 4 points away from closing this game out in 4. Ale Curtiza steps out. There's Doctor waiting for it, and then she sends it long. So some unforced errors for the Eagles over the last couple of points. Now has them on the brink of falling in 4 and a timeout on the floor.
It is unfortunate timing for sure because they were on such a roll there in the middle of the set.
So 22-17, Central Michigan leading, being led by Lauren Schrock. 17 kills in this game.
I wonder what her high is.
That's what I was about to look up because
that's huge, for especially because not even a 5-set match yet.
Schrock has just had an unbelievable game. 18 is her high, and that came against Ball State back on October 5th. She also had 41 attacks in that game, so she's approaching that as well. 36 so far in this contest. Excuse me, that's her season high. Her career high is actually 19 kills.
And it's amazing. She's hitting over 400. Like only 2 errors after all those swings.
She does have 2 errors in the game, as you mentioned. But overall, I mean, it's been a really clean game, I think, for Central. You know, and a little bit more on Schrock. It's her 4th straight match with at least 10+ kills.
Yeah. Well, that's a player you're going to set pretty often then, huh? If they're hitting that well on a regular basis, you certainly want that on your team.
And again, coming into this, I mean, only 44 sets played, so not like it's been a ton.
Right.
But when she's called upon, she's been doing the damage.
Doing her job for sure.
So here we go, 22-17, Central with the serve again. Curtiza is out. Picked up in the back row here by the Eagles. Doctor with the attack, going down to get it to Langton. Set up far side pin. That was Raymond. Now they flip it in the back row. It's Grace Thomas who just flipped it over. Now Stanford in the middle and smashes it right into Curtiza. We talked about it. Stanford was making her way to the front, as was Doctor, and it pays dividends as Stanford gets the kill again. That's now her 5th of the game.
And she's going to be your strongest hitter in the front row right now, so.
So Sifke on the serve here for the Eagles. Raymond now sets up Grace Thomas. Blaney now sets up guard. She'll just flip it over the blocks to the near side pin. Oh, what a hit by Raymond, and Blaney dug that one out. Grace Thomas again, and then it's blocked by guard, but she couldn't get it back over. Falls on her side of the net. So 23-18.
And you kind of wonder about guard a little bit, being a freshman, if this is rattling her just a little bit, because she seems like she's made a couple errors here at the end that are uncharacteristic of her.
This one's coming our way. It's picked up though by the Eagles. There's Grace Thomas again into the back row. What a save by Sifke. Eastern flips it back over. It's picked up by Central's Langton, and then it hits the net. That's a big point for Eastern Michigan, 23-19.
Huge point, not giving them, giving Central that 24th point, keeping themselves in this match.
Yeah, you mentioned, though, back to guard, a couple errors towards the end. She only has 29 blocks this season coming in, 5 block errors. No blocks in this game. But Eastern Michigan has turned it on to force this 4-set because of their blocks and the play of Stanford.
Right, and she's been struggling. The guard's been struggling a little bit on the hitting end as well, so.
133. So here we go, 23-19. Oh, nice block on the other side by Welker. And again, through her hands this time, both Welker and Stayer went up. That time it goes out of bounds, and now Central Michigan a point away from taking this in 4. And who else? Grace Thomas steps out to possibly close this one out.
Right.
Guard goes down to get it. And then Eastern keeps it alive. Maddie Stayer goes up for the kill. That's just her second kill of the game, but it's a big one. It makes it 24-20.
Huge one.
And then she will step out to serve. She does have 12 aces on the season, but she sends this one along, and that's going to do it. Boy, Central Michigan gets it.
That's a tough way to end the match. That was so exciting, so many rallies for it to end like that.
Central Michigan took the first 2. Eastern won set number 3. And then the Chippewas come in set number 4 and take it. 25-20. We'll be back to talk about this one after this.
I won't stop for nothing. Won't be the one thing, but you didn't see this coming. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new Trax or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new Trax or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
Season. Are you ready to keep this rolling? Let's go.
With ESPN Plus, catch live NFL games.
And enjoy the show.
Plus, NFL shows from some of the biggest names in the game.
Let's go to the tape. This ball is just thrown into a defensive team meeting.
NFL Prime Time, only on ESPN Plus.
Oh, did I mention our exclusive expert analysis? Why settle for some football when you can have more football? It's simple. ESPN Plus equals more football. Stream now.
NWSL semifinals, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC and ESPN+.
Girvin Game Above Center, where it is now a final. Central Michigan topping in-state rival Eastern Michigan for the second time this season. This time they'll take it in 4 sets. They won the earlier meeting in a straight sweep. Ryan Woolley, Jenna Hins here with you here on a very special night. Of course, we mentioned election night. Second time now Eastern Michigan has played on election night. Now they are 1-1. Last time they played was 1984. But Janet, if Eastern played the way they played in that third set, we might have won a full 5 sets in this one.
Oh, for sure we would have, because they were playing really solid volleyball, not making a lot of errors, and swinging hard.
They really were. We saw it, and Natalia Raymond nearly got decapitated by Kylie Doctor on one of those, but glad she's okay.
Right.
We talked about Raymond coming into this game, but the one that stood out was Lauren Schrock for Central Michigan.
Oh, my gosh. So many swings. They set her 39 times, and she got 18 kills out of it.
Yeah, it's crazy when you look at just her stat line. You mentioned the 18 kills, and then look at her hitting percentage as well.
Right? 385. I mean, usually the goal is 250 or above, right? That's amazing.
You know, and you look down what she's been able to do over the last couple of games. 4th straight game now. She's had 10-plus kills. She had 17 in her last game against Ohio, 12 the game against the Bobcats before that, and then 13 against Buffalo. But here tonight, 18 kills. You mentioned the 39 attacks and 385 at the net. Central Michigan as a team hitting 273. Eastern Michigan hitting 135. Certainly deserving of our player of the game accolades. And I mentioned the 273 and 135. Here's your final stats. And I mean, Eastern Michigan came on strong in the third, really to kind of bring these stats closer than they really were.
Absolutely. They were much more askew at the beginning of the sets, but at the end here, very close match.
And this was a big game for both of these teams because, again, Central Michigan needed this game because right now they're trailing Bowling Green for that top spot heading into the Mid-American Conference Tournament. That begins November 22nd. Eastern Michigan, meanwhile, on the outside looking in. So this loss certainly not going to help them, but they'll be scoreboard watching Toledo.
Yeah, they unfortunately will be, yes.
Well, looking ahead, this is what's on the horizon. Central Michigan at home. They're going to have the Kent State Golden Flashes coming into town on Friday. That is a 6 p.m. first serve. Eastern Michigan, meanwhile, right back here at the George Girvin Game Above Center. They will have the Action Zips in town as well. So for Janet Hintz and our entire ESPN crew, my name is Ryan Woolley saying so long from Ypsilanti, where the final score is Central taking this one in 4 sets over in-state rival Eastern. Reminder, all games airing on the ESPN networks. They are streaming live and they're archived over on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
It's Red Tag Savings Time at Penske Chevrolet. Get Red Tag holiday savings now on new Trax or Equinox. Your choice, $299. $299 a month at Penske Chevrolet. Drive new Trax or Equinox. Your choice. Red Tagged at only $299 a month. The Red Tags are back now at Penske Chevrolet.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Don't leave me outside. Leave me outside. Leave me outside.
Listen up, hockey fans. NHL on ESPN Plus is back. The hardest hits, the dangles, and of course, the sellies.
You gotta be kidding me! It's not real!
Enjoy every second of 1,000+ out-of-market games, exclusive matchups, marquee NHL events, and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
This season, ESPN Plus has hundreds of games across 20 conferences. That's more action, more touchdowns, more college football.
Yeah, that's how I get by.
Streaming now.
feel like we're living in a movie.
Love you guys.
Formula One is go. Oh, it's contact. Formula One at its absolute finest. Oh my Lord, Max. This is Formula One.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games, exclusive matchups, marquee NHL events, and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
The time has come. Two larger-than-life legends collide.
John Jones is the heavyweight champion of the world.
Steve May is the most successful heavyweight of all time.
And the world